Let's talk about some recent Love After Lockup updates. First, starting off with Shavel. It looks like things are heating up in her love life. She shared this post on Instagram where she shared some double mint gum, a stack of cash that she had received from her boyfriend. I'm sure this is a major upgrade for Shavel because Quaylen would never do anything like that. The most he probably gave Shavel was a damn headache. And she actually slid into the comments where some people were like, oh, she probably just left the bank. And she said, I actually go to the bank 3 times a week. No need to cap for social media. I'm humble in real life. Then someone else said, just don't force him to be called daddy by your daughter. And she said, my daughter's 10. She has a dad. And please not dwell on Quaylen anymore. He's on the other side. God bless. And then someone else said tax money. And she said, no, I make too much money to get tax money, love. So she just wanted to clear up a few things in the comments. Hopefully her relationship continues to flourish. And Melissa recently came out on TikTok and opened up about her nose job she got. So she explained that she gets a lot of comments from people who say they hate her nose job and they like her nose better than before. So she shared some pictures of her nose before, and she's like, I don't care how many people say they liked my previous nose better. I didn't. I hate it all my life. I was super insecure about it. So I got my nose job, and she said she still is not happy. She said she feels like a lot of it is due to the way it heals. She didn't like how it looked. But she also said she feels like what she wants and where she's trying to go, she's starting to realize it may not be a one-time thing, and she may have to get multiple surgeries. What was it? The first one was like, what, $8,000 they said on the show. So now she's going to have to come up with another hefty chunk of change for another revision. And people in the comments were telling her, well, if you do decide to do this, maybe you should look into going to a different doctor and maybe you'll be more happier with the results. My personal opinion, I know you guys didn't ask for it, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. I think she looks fine just the way she is. Like, when she first got her surgery, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too big of a fan just because it looked like they just took, like, the bottom of her nose and just lifted the tip, and it was giving Miss Piggy at first. Like, you could see inside her nostrils. And the whole point of a nose job is to take attention away from the nose, and it seemed like what they did to her nose just drew me even more to her nose instead of doing the opposite. But since it's healed and more time has gone by, I noticed that her nostrils aren't as high up as they once were, and her nose looks a lot more dainty. It looks a lot better. So I honestly don't think another nose job is needed. It's always scary doing too many nose jobs too, because I've seen some celebrities try to have multiple nose jobs and go for like that dainty Barbie nose, and the next thing you know, their nose is too small and then it stands out even more because it doesn't balance out with the rest of their face. And I noticed Chance's girlfriend, she recently called him her fiance on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, when did these two get engaged? I haven't seen a ring or anything, so I'm starting to think maybe Chance was like, okay, you're having my baby now, so we're gonna get married, without actually getting on one knee and proposing. But she's pregnant as heck. She's gonna be having that baby here before we know it. And somebody else that's having a baby or may already have had their baby is Garrett. He posted a picture with his girl and he said, we're about to have our baby boy. Baby, you've been so strong and so good. It's almost over. You're amazing. And you can tell that she's having some rough contractions right there. So hopefully she has a smooth and safe delivery. You already know that baby's probably going to come out so freaking adorable. And now I just want to share a quick update on Lisa. Well, not so much Lisa, but her mugshot. So when I found out she recently went back to prison a few months ago, when I was trying to look up her most recent mugshot, it was showing me not the last mugshot from just a few months ago, but they're showing me the most previous mugshot they had on file before that. So it was her mugshot from the time before before the last time she went to prison. So like when we saw her on her like Where Are They Now segment, her crime story segment, that was before her last prison stint, when she still recently had that buzz cut and just got that tattoo on her face. So that mugshot I shared was a few years old, and All Things Lockup, shout out to them on Instagram, they actually got a hold of Lisa's most recent mugshot from just a few months ago, where you can see her hair has grown out a lot more. Michael decided to move back to Kentucky after his breakup from Chelsea so he could be closer to family and his kids. And he's been overall a lot happier since moving down there. And once he finally got settled in down there, he decided to post that he has been seeing a new woman, and she decided to give him this little gift basket. He said, "There's a special someone in my life. Her and her son brought this for me as a thank you for everything you do for us gift. It was so sweet, and she cried when she gave it to me and seeing how I reacted." So I'm glad to see that Michael is moving on and happy. And Chaz, he has been moved on for about a year now. He's been dating this girl since April of 2024, and they are traveling all over the place this past 2 weeks. He's been posting pictures in Germany and pictures other places that I don't even know because I haven't even traveled out of the US, so I'm not even going to pretend I know where he's at. But they look super happy, and for him to be with this girl for a year, it seems like things are getting pretty serious. I tried to do some digging into her, but there really isn't much information about her publicly outside of just like a basic Facebook profile with just some pictures. And now let's talk about Brittany. So she decided to move back to Las Vegas after living in Florida for the past 2 years, and she decided to spend some time with her 2 oldest kids. So she posted some pictures on her IG, and she said, "I'm back in Vegas, and this time I'm here to stay. My time in Florida was enjoyable and heartbreaking at the same time, to say the least. I met a lot of great people, and I learned so many valuable lessons. It was in gaining that knowledge that I realized I was only meant to be there for a season and not a lifetime. Vegas will always be home for me, and I'm excited to start fresh again. I do have plans of renewing my real estate license, and will announce that later this year when I do. For now, I'm working on my cleaning business, and if you'd like to schedule a cleaning with me in Las Vegas, then please feel free to reach out." And she posted some pictures with her 2 oldest kids, and someone said, "Is that Gio? Oh my God." And she said, "No, my youngest 2 boys were with Marcelino that day. This is my oldest son, Joshua." And this is just a testament to how far Brittany has came in her journey, because these are the 2 oldest kids, her daughter pictured here and her son that we just saw, that she was not allowed to see for years. We saw her on the show try to reach out to the courts and go to different court hearings trying to see if she could even just contact her kids, and they turned her down, and it was starting to feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm so glad to see that she's reunited with them and able to finally have that relationship that she was so desperately seeking for years. But that is it for this video, guys. That's all the updates I could find for this past week. Let me know what you guys think about everything in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.